Okay, good evening, everyone. You can unmute yourself and let me know you can hear me.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening,
Okay,
sir.
good evening. How are you doing? I would like a name. My name is Kenneth. Who else is there?
My name is Nengi. Yes, sir.
My name is Kelechi. Kelechi is here, sir.
Okay, Kelechi, you are welcome. Eden, you are the first person in class, and I think Chioma came in after that. So who else is in class? I think I have just about 4 people here.
I deserve a present.
Okay, your present is me. So after the class, you can just carry me home. All right. Okay, like I said last class, my rule for training, whether it's live or online training, once the students show up, the class starts when we say to start, I don't punish early comers because of late comers. So for those who miss the class or those who come in later, they can catch up the replay. So class is going to start immediately. Where did we stop last time? I want to be sure that I have the same people in class. Where did we stop? Module what and what were we talking about? What was the last thing we were talking about? Who's going to remind us?
Formatting.
Yes, formatting. So why do we format? Why do we format? Okay. Why do we format? I'm going to turn off my video now so that we can focus on the class. Why do we format? Okay, I'll quickly go over that. Nobody is answering me. So for that reason, I'll go over it quickly. Now, I said that by default, a set come in at size 11. So when you open a blank new worksheet in Excel and you start typing, it usually come in, the font is size 11. And when you print size 11, it's too small. Of course, size 11 and black. And something I need to remind you, all of the lines you are seeing on your worksheet, those gray lines that demarcate one cell from another, one column from another, if you just print, they don't show up. They are just guidelines. They are not actually border lines. So why do you format? You format such that you can control the font size, the font color, the fill, and then the general arrangement and layout of your worksheet. If you just type into a worksheet and send to print, then that's one of the worst things you can do with Excel. One of the last things we'll do, definitely next class, is printing. I have realized that people have a lot of challenges printing from Excel. They print, there's something on page 1, the other one ends up in page 2. They just struggle. It's easier with Microsoft, but it's possible with Excel. So when we do formatting and then you get to printing, you're able to present your work in a legible format. If you print your work in size 11, people can barely read it. 12, it gets better. 13 is actually, for me, the average. By the time you get to 14 and 16, those are maybe your titles, and it gets larger. So in the last class, we stopped at formatting the title. So I'm going to clear format from the title. That's where I will actually start to this class. It's something we'll talk about at the end of class, but because I want to take us back one step so that we can start learning from there, I'm going to clear format. Now, I just clicked on this cell. Okay, it's called B5, even though it includes B5, C5, D5, E5, and F5. How did we combine all of those cells in the last class? In case there's somebody who was doing in the last class, what did we use to combine all of those cells? Somebody remind me. Hello? Remind me so that class can continue. I need to know that at least you remember that. How did we combine all the cells?
I think yes, we highlighted cell cell B, then we now we moved it down to F.
Fine. Selecting all of them, cell B5, C5, D5, E5, and F5. We selected all of them. Then what did we do?
Yeah, we now clicked on F. The line, is it the line, the border line between F? We now clicked on it.
How did we combine all the cells together? Somebody is helping us.
I think we highlighted B5, C5, and D5, and I think we use merge and center or something.
Fantastic. That's the word I was looking for. Please remember merge and center. And now when you hear merge and center, it does exactly what it says it will do. It will merge it and then it will center it. Now you can, I showed us the options there. We are going to touch them again. You can merge without centering. You can also merge across. We'll play with them. We'll play with them as we continue, but that's what we did. Now I'm going to clear my format. Now, if you look on your screen, I'm going to quickly annotate that part of my screen so that you will see what I'm talking about. There's an option called clear formatting. Now, it's something you should learn later, but because I want to go back one step, I want to show you now. Sorry, I think I highlighted something too much. Can you see where I highlighted on my screen? It looks like an eraser. Can you see that?
Yes.
It looks like an eraser, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, put your mouse over it. Tell me what it shows you. What is it called?
Clear,
Hello?
clear format. Clear
Fine.
content.
So I'm absolutely correct. So what I want to do is click on the drop down. Now, when you see any icon that has a drop down, it means that, oh, it's not just one option. There are other options on all of them locked in that single icon. So when I click on the drop down, I have clear all. If I say remove all, what does it do? It removes everything, both the content and the format. If I say clear format, it removes all the formats, which is color, font size, any alignment you have done. It removes all the formatting you have done. Of course, I have clear content. Clear content will only remove the text, but it will leave the format in place. We have used clear hyperlinks before. When you write an email address and it becomes a hyperlink, you can use clear. Somebody needs to mute their mic. I can hear some feedback. I hope it's not coming. Okay. So when you do clear hyperlinks, it clears hyperlink like we've learned in the last class. So now I'm going to use clear formats. You can follow me to do that. Suddenly you notice that the formatting of office expenses, all of it has disappeared. And then our merge and center has also disappeared. Let me zoom in. So suddenly the cell, that's E5, sorry, cell yes, B5, C5, D5, E5, and F5 are different. So I'm going to take one step we took last time. I'll select the entire cells, go to my menu bar right in the middle beside general. We used it last week, so I won't take time here. Click on it and select merge and center. I can decide to merge across. It will not put the text in the center. It will just simply merge. But I like merge and center. So, or say merge cells. It will do the same thing, but it won't put the cells in the center. So I click on merge cells. If you look at the bottom of that merge and center option, you will see on merge cells. So if you combine 5 cells, 10 cells, 20 cells together, you can unmerge them. Now, let me say this here. Please note, you can combine cells. You can merge cells across a row. You can merge cells along a column. You can also merge cells that combines both rows and columns. This is the example I mean. Select 3 rows and 4 columns, for example. You can merge all of them together. Do merge cell, all the 3 rows and 4 columns become one cell. Now, I'm telling you that because if you notice, I just merged along a row. Don't assume that that's the only thing that is possible. No, you can merge cells, both rows and column, and then it forms one cell for you. Now, having done this merge, we increase the font size to 16 for the title deliberately. So I click on the drop down of the font and I see 16, I increase it to 16. Somebody asked last week, I can't see 13. Well, if you can't see 13, just click on the number and type in 13. You have your font size 13 if that is what you want. But now I can type in 16 here, or I use the drop down. Now, font color. Last week we left the font color as black, but now I don't want to leave it as black. I want to make it bold by just clicking on the B. This is the same thing with Microsoft Word. The font color, I want blue, for example. Let me, a dark shade of blue. Then for the fill color, we used yellow in the last class. No, I want a light shade of orange. Now, let me say something I didn't say in the last class. I usually don't tell people what colors to use, but I always tell them to create a contrast. You can't use black color for your text and use black color to fill or gray to fill the background. Let me say dark gray. No, you can't use blue for your text and use another shade of blue that is close to each other to fill the background. You must create a contrast. So if your text color is blue, fill with a light shade of color. Or on the other hand, I want my fill color to be dark blue. Notice that my text has disappeared. It's still there, but because they are the same color, it's not showing up. In this case, I can make my font color white, and then my text shows up. Okay, is anybody playing with this? Is anybody playing with these formats? I need to hear somebody. So we are playing with the formatting, right? All right. Now, the next thing I want to do is to select the entire text, which is the entire table. So I click on my cell B6, which is actually a blank cell, drag it to the right and drag it down to the bottom. I have just selected every text in this table. Every data in this table, I've selected everything. I want to increase the font size to 14. Just for this class, I increase the font size to 14. I want to hear somebody done when you have done that. If your font size 14.
Yes, sir.
14. All right, thank you. Now select January, February, March, and then first quarter. I have some background noise. I don't think it's from here. Okay, have you selected your January, February, March, and first quarter total?
Yes.
All right, so let's make that bold. I try to differentiate my titles from the rest of the worksheet. So let's make it bold and fill the background with a light shade, blue, orange, whatever, green, but it has to be light. The reason being, I'm leaving my font black. Notice what I did up. I used a dark background and I used a light text like white. But this one, I'm doing the reverse. I'm using black text. I'm using a light color background so that it is legible. Have we done that?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
To play with certain things. If you notice, if you read the title, it says office expenses. It means that they are talking about money. These numbers are not random numbers. They're actually currency. So let's put currency here. So select your 700. I need to select only 700. We are going to put in a currency. Then I'm going to teach you something called Format Painter, a very useful tool in Excel, in Microsoft Word, and in PowerPoint. I'm going to teach you that. So have you selected 700?
Yes, sir.
Okay, go to our numbers group. If you remember where we changed format earlier, click on the drop down. It should have general, likely. I don't know. Whatever is on the drop down is not a problem. Click on the drop down, you will see currency. We have used this place before. We use short date and long date here.
Yes, sir.
Click on currency. Okay, mine is showing pounds. Please tell me what your own is showing.
Pounds, sir.
Pounds.
Your own is showing pounds.
Yes, sir.
Is anyone showing dollars or naira?
Why are you
Mine is
showing
showing
dollars?
Your own is showing dollars. Is anyone showing naira? It's like
Yes,
all of
mine-
you like money. Your own is showing naira. You are the only righteous man here who does not like money. Okay, but we don't want pounds. We want a different currency. Actually, want to take us to a place where we can make it naira. Now, it's not because we could use pounds, but what if your whatever currency you are working with is not in pounds. How do you change it? Some people know how to change it, some don't. So, but I want to take you there so that we can, every time you type into Excel, by default, it will give you pounds. But if you had changed the currency before for this worksheet to Naira, when you type again, it will give you Naira. But what if you want to do a work that is denominated in dollars or euros? How do you change it? So click on the drop down for the currency again. I will click on that drop down. What is at the bottom? Please read what's at the bottom.
More accounting formats.
More number formats, please. More number formats. So click on it.
So mine say more accounting formats.
No, it should show you more number formats.
Okay. Yes, sir.
At the very bottom.
Yes, I've seen.
Click on the more number format. It brings you to where I've told you what this box is. This box is called a dialogue box. Dialogue. Do you go left? Do you go right? What are the options you want? So here you can choose your option and then it will be reflected in the sheet in the cell you selected. So now we want to change currency. So apart from dollars, there are other currencies that are available in Excel. So let's drag this down. Can you see that word symbol? After sample 700 decimal places too, there's something called symbol. Can you see that?
Yes,
Are you
sir.
in the dialog box, please? Okay,
Yes.
now if you look at that symbol, you see that there's a drop down at the far end. Click on it. Have you clicked on it?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
What are you saying?
Different country with their currency.
Different countries with different sign for their currency. Interestingly, there's Bitcoin here. If you are using an older version, you won't have Bitcoin, but here's Bitcoin. If you are using very, very old version, you won't even have Naira. So I want somebody to quickly look for Naira. Scroll down. You found Naira?
Igbo, Kanuri, Yoruba, all has Naira sign. Ibibio,
I
Hausa.
don't know. See, usually you understand that the person who programmed the cell is not a super, it does not know everything. In Nigeria, Naira does not have tribe. Does Naira have tribe?
No.
So instead of the person to just put Naira and put Nigeria Naira, I don't know why he decided to spread it into Edo, Hausa, Fulani. But whichever one you choose, it gives you the same symbol. It doesn't matter whether you choose Edo. So if you are from Edo State, no problem. But if your village Naira is not here, you can choose another person's Naira, but it makes no difference. This is just the knowledge of the person programming Excel. So click any of them. For me, I won't tell you the one I'm clicking. I've selected one of the Naira signs. So I click OK. Have you selected a Naira sign? So
Yes.
click OK. What happens to your 700?
To 700 naira.
700 Naira. Okay, now we are going to do something. Now, you see how many steps it took us to bring this Naira sign, right?
Yes.
So imagine I want to format another point in my worksheet. I have to go through 1, 2, 3 steps. No. Excel has made it easy for you to copy whatever format you have here to other part of the worksheet. We are going to do it 2 ways. Now, if you look at your home menu, let me annotate that part of the screen so that you can see it easily. There's something called Format Painter. Look at your home menu. There's something called Format Painter. Can you see Format Painter? Has anybody seen Format Painter?
Yes, I've seen Format Painter.
Just above clipboard. It looks like a brush. Can you see where I highlighted on my screen? Yeah, 2 people have answered
Yes.
me. Okay, thank you. Okay, now if you put your mouse over it, what does he call it?
Format Painter.
Format Painter.
Painter. Yes, that's what it is. Now, Format Painter, what does this do for you? What we had just done is to format 700 as currency. We got pounds. we change the currency to Naira. That is formatting. You know, today we are starting with formatting, right? So what format painter does is any format you create in a particular cell, it will duplicate that format in anywhere you want it to. So let's play with this. Click on 700. Have you clicked on 700?
Yes.
Click on format painter. You should be holding a brush in your cursor. You will see a brush. It's as if you want to go and paint a house. It has copied the format. You want to paint it. Do you have your brush?
Oh,
Yes.
Do you have your brush?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, click on 7379, which is at the bottom of first quarter total. Click on it. Have you clicked on format painter?
Yes.
Hello, please mute your mic if you are speaking. Okay, so what happened when you clicked on the 7379?
It gave us 7,379 Naira.
Naira. You can see the 0.00, you can see the Naira sign. What you have
Yes.
to copy the format up in 700 down. Anywhere you click on the worksheet, you can actually copy format from one place to another, but it actually gets easier. Now click on.
Mine did change.
You didn't. Okay, click on 700. That means you didn't pick your brush.
I clicked
Click
on
on 700. Click
Yes,
on
sir.
format painter.
Yes, I did.
Do you have a brush?
Yes, I do.
Click somewhere, it will change. Click 7379.
Change to hash.
Yeah, fantastic. Congratulations. Let's clap for you. Open your F7. Your cell is too narrow. That is why you are seeing that hash. Once you have content that is too wide for your cell, it will show you hash. Oh, I have more to show you, but I can't show you. Sometimes it will show you plus part of the digits. So tell you, these digits you are seeing, there are more things to show you. So do you have your 7379 and Naira?
It's still showing me hash.
Have you opened your column F? I'm not teaching that because I taught it before. Have you made your column F wider? Go
Yes,
up to,
I have.
fine. If you make it wider, it will not show you hash. It will show you the figure.
Okay,
The
sir.
figure.
I'm with you now, sir.
Fine.
Yes.
The figures were there. It just because it was too narrow. That's why I was showing you the hash. Once you
Done.
widen it, now 2 ways to widen your column. Click in the line between maybe
Yes,
F and
sir.
G, for
So
example.
I've
Open it
gotten it. Yes, sir.
or double click. Okay, now we've done that first step. Now I say click on 700 again. Imagine
Okay.
you want to format a couple of places. You don't need to click once, format, click once, format. That's a waste of time. Click on 700. Click on your format painter again. Click just once. I know why I'm telling you once. Now, drag from, you see January, you see the expenditure in January, right? Click on 100, drag it all the way down to the bottom, and tell me what happened. Click on 100 with your format painter. Know where you are copying. We are copying format from 700.
To Naira.
So
Naira.
what you have done is you have copied format from 700 onto everything in column 1. But what if you have a situation where you want to copy format to multiple places, but all of them are not together? I hope you understand what I mean, right? They are not arranged together. No problem. It's still possible and very easy. Click on anywhere we have formatting you want to copy. In my case, I just clicked on 100 because I want that format. Maybe I don't want that format of 100. Please click on 700, everybody. Let's do something to 700, which is a total. I like to format my total differently. Have you clicked on 700?
Yes, sir.
Make it bold. You can make it bold by clicking on B. In the fill color, fill it with a light shade. Fill the back now with a light shade. I filled mine with light shade of orange. Have we filled 700 with a light shade? Green, any color, blue, anyone? Have we filled 700? Is 700 bold?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now I want to copy this format to multiple places, but the places are not arranged one after the other. So I double click on my format painter. We've been clicking once since, it's deliberate. But now I say double click. Tap, tap. Now, click on 832. Tell me what happens.
Became like 700, bold with the color.
Okay, now, if you notice, you still have your format painter, your paintbrush.
Yes, it's still on.
So anywhere you click, what happens there?
It turns same way.
The formatting is, I need you to use the right language. The format you are copying from up is being copied to every other cell where you click. So you can click anywhere on the worksheet, even a blank cell. If you click on it, it will acquire the format you have in your format painter. When you are done formatting, 2 ways to drop your paintbrush, because if you hold your paintbrush, it's like you finish painting and you now use paint, the brush to touch your television or your shirt. Paint will enter your body or enter your TV or your chair. You know, that kind of thing. So when you are done, either you go back and click on the format painter to drop the paintbrush, or you simply press escape. You drop your format painter. Have we done that? Have anybody tried format painter with double click?
Yes.
I know one person tried it. So we are okay with that, right?
Yes.
Okay, one last thing I'll show us here, then we would play with the entire table. I can also copy format down without going to format painter. This one is very straightforward. Now click on 300 in February. Click on the training expenses in February, 300. Make the font red. Make the font red and bold. Just 2 simple instructions. I need to know that you are there so that I can give you the next instruction. Red and bold.
Done.
Done.
Done. Okay, now, can you remember that our small black box that we used to copy down?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Now, you drag it all the way down to miscellaneous. Don't drag it up to the total. Tell me what happened. I'll give you the next instruction when you tell me what happened. We formatted 300 red. All of them have become what?
300.
300. That is not what we want. What we want is to copy the format down. So we are not copying the number down. We have copied number down before. This time, copy format. Can you remember our autofill options? Look for fill formatting only. Can you remember our autofill option when you copy down?
Yes, we can. Yes, I can.
That small box there, there's the arrow you can click and it gives you autofill options.
Yes, sir.
Default is copy cells, but we don't want to copy cell, we don't want to fill series. We want to fill formatting only. You know what only mean, right? It means that
So
that format upstairs.
That digits are now all on red and blue.
So fill formatting only. You have the correct digits, right? But the colors are red because you formatted the first one and copy the format down. So do we see how we've learned a few things, right? We've learned how to simply format a cell. We've learned how to put currency. We've also learned how to change the currency. That is very important because one day you open your laptop or you are using somebody's laptop and it gives you figures in dollars. Come on, you are not working with dollars and you can't present it. And for money to be reasonable, to be meaningful, it must have a currency symbol. $700 and 700 naira, are they the same thing?
No.
No.
So even $700 is bigger than 7,000 naira. Che? It's bigger than 70,000 naira. Abi?
Awesome.
So that's currency. So if you don't put the currency behind, money is meaningless. I don't know whether it's pounds, it's euros, or what. So now we've been able to copy formats up and down. But something I want you to do quickly, select every currency from January expenses 100 all the way to 90. Now, we are selecting January expenses, February expenses, and March expenses. How do you select all of them? We want to do clean work now. We've done all the plain, but we want to make our work more presentable because I want us to finish this and view it. So have you selected every expenses? January, everything in January, everything in February, everything in March, but don't select the total. So you should be selecting all the expenses in January, all the expenses in February, and all the expenses in March, leaving out the total. Have we selected all that? So in our currency, the same place where we do our format, instead of formatting this now as currency, I just want to format it as number. Straight up, number. And then I want it to be black. We remember how to change font, right?
Yeah.
Have we made it number? I don't want the currency symbol here. I only want the currency in the total. Let me tell you why I'm doing this. If you put currency everywhere, it makes your worksheet a bit busy. We know it's Naira. The total is showing us that it's Naira. Why should I put Naira in every currency? It makes it busy. So have we made all of them to be change the format to number? One step. The color, black. Have we done those two steps?
Yes, sir.
Okay, notice that our February expenses is bold, right? But January and March are not bold. I want all of them not to be bold. So I click on my B. If it makes everything bold, I click it a second time. It makes all of them normal. So I have my fonts for January, February, and March. Just font size 14, black. No filling, no currency. But funny thing, it has that 0.00, and I don't want it. Have we come this far? Somebody answer me. Do we have our font black?
No.
Yes.
14.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes.
fantastic. I like it. Yes.
Yes.
Now, if you look under the number format, you will see one comma there, right?
Okay.
You will see a comma. Under the
Okay.
place where we've been formatting, the numbers group, you will see
Yes, sir.
comma. Okay, now, you know, forgive me, and even I'm ashamed, cannot read currencies very well. I don't know whether the problem is that they did not put comma or the problem is that they did not write it in words. 6 billion, 62. So to make currencies easy to read, you put comma so that it breaks it into 3. That's one step. Now, but in this case, I'm not even, this is just, they are in hundreds, so I don't need the comma here. Can you see the next two icons after comma if you go to the right? Put your mouse over it and tell me what you can see there. After the comma, decrease decimal.
Increase decimal.
What's the next
Increase
one?
decimal.
And decrease decimal. How many
Decrease
decimal points do we have in this worksheet? Primary 3 mathematics. How many decimal points?
2.
2. Currency is usually 2 decimal points. What if we don't want decimal point? What should we click on?
Decrease.
Decrease.
Decrease decimal. So if you want to put decimal point, what should you click? Increase decimal. So let's decrease decimal here. So I have removed all my decimal points. This was how it was when we started. Are we okay with this?
Yes, sir.
Now, some of these things I'm teaching you, they don't look critical for this worksheet, but there are works you are doing that you need the decimal places there because you want that level of accuracy. Now, there are work you are doing, you don't need the decimal places. They are just maybe up to 5 decimal places. They are making your work very clumsy. The columns are not so large. No problem. Just reduce the decimal to 1 or 2. That will be your decision. I can't make that decision for you. Now, we've formatted all of these figures. Now, I want us to format the totals properly. Select all the totals, which is first quarter total from top to bottom. So I'm selecting 700 all the way to 7379. Have you selected all for yourself? Have you selected all?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So
sir.
make it bold and put comma. Then change it to currency. Ooh, why is it giving me? I don't want this. Well, it's giving me pounds. I can go change it, but
it's giving me dollars.
It's giving you dollars. You know how to
Yes.
change it, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, if I didn't want this to happen, I will not go back to my currency. I will just take the format up and drag it down. But for now, I'm not going to worry. Since you know how to change it, I'm not going to worry about that. But do I want to make it Naira? Interestingly, my monthly total for January still has my Naira sign. So I can actually click there and copy the format up here and drag it down. You know I can do that, right? But I'm not going to do that. You know how to change it, so I'm not going to worry you about that. Now, please select all the monthly total. 1864 is for January, 2625 is for February, 2829 is for March. Can you select all of them? Have you selected all of them? Okay, we make it bold.
Yes,
We change it to currency. It makes it dollar. I don't have any problem with that. And then I want to fill it with green. I just want to fill it with green. Now, please go back one step. Fill all the first quarter total with a light color, any color of your choice. My own is, I'm filling my own with orange. Yeah, light shade of orange. So I finished filling the totals. I've made them bold. Both the first quarter total and the monthly total, I've made all of them bold. So now my worksheet, my more presentable. Does anybody's table look like my own? Does anybody's table look like my own?
Don't answer.
Hello?
So not that you answer.
It's better. Canada, my own. The person has used 7 different colors. I think it's okay. Congratulations. Don't worry, I'll give you assignments. I'll see how it is final. Okay, but this table is a lot more presentable than when we started. If you look at my table, what's the first thing you see in this table? Tell me, that's the reason why we are formatting. What's the first thing you see? Hello?
Where exactly, sir?
If you look at my table, what's the
Yes,
first information that comes out to you?
Office expenses for XYZ.
That's the title, right?
Okay. Yes, sir.
Yes, that's the first information that comes out. Then after that information, what is the other information that you can easily grab from it? What did we highlight that you can easily pick out from this worksheet?
The
monthly totals and first quarter totals. Now, let me say this. The reason why I'm making you notice that is we are not formatting for formatting's sake. We are formatting with a purpose. I want people to be able to tell the total of this worksheet very easily, right? Then I also want them to see the totals. Now, if they want to know what we spent on training in January, they cannot go into the worksheet and check it. If you make everything bold, everything color background, everything. Now, if you give everything equal emphasis, it makes your worksheet not easily legible. I can actually take the final total and make the color. Let me change that color. I think that should be very, very obvious. What is the final total? I want to do something there. Now, I'm changing the color to white, and I'm actually increasing the font size. Can you look in my worksheet now, right? Once you notice the title, what's the next thing you notice again? My overall total, right?
Yes, sir.
It's deliberate, so that without struggling, you can see the total. Now, I want to show you a print preview which shows what we have done so far. Then we'll take one more step that is very, very critical for any work. File, and I click on print so that you see my print preview. Can you see my print preview?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now this is how our worksheet looks like right now. Of course, don't worry about the things up and the things down. I'm concentrating on only the table. We'll play with the things up and down later, but I'm concentrating only on the table. Now the table looks reasonably presentable, but something is still missing. Can you see the lines?
No.
Now, when you print a table without lines, the grid lines on your worksheet, did you do your own print preview, please?
Yes, sir.
Did you see the lines on your own?
No lines.
Okay, so when you print a table without lines, it makes it very difficult for people to read, as if you'll be using hand to be tracing each line. So now, can we select the entire table? The fastest way to do that is to click inside the table and do Control A. But if it selects more than what you want it to select, like my own is doing, just click somewhere and drag across the entire table. Click from one corner, drag across the entire table, select the entire table. Have you done that? While you are doing that, I'm going to annotate something for you. Let me know when you selected the entire table, please. Have you selected the entire table?
Don't, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. I just highlighted something that looks like a window. If you put your mouse over it, it should give you some information. Put your mouse over it and tell me what it's saying.
Borders.
What is it saying?
Borders.
Okay, now, like I said, your gray grid lines will not show up when you print. They are just to guide you while working. But if you want to print with the lines, you need to put borders. So are we ready to deal with this? Have everybody found their borders?
Yes, sir.
All right, so click on the drop down. Notice that there's a drop down arrow. There are plenty things. Remember that we have selected the entire table. There are so many options here. I would advise you after this class to play with the options. I'm not going to go through all of them, but I'm going to talk you through some of them. What's the first? Bottom. And somebody read for me.
Bottom border.
Next one.
Top border.
Next one.
Left border.
Next one.
Right border.
Okay, now let me talk about these two. No border. Why do you use no border? Sometimes you do a work that has border, but now you want to come back and you don't want the border there. Or sometimes while you are trying to put border in one place, it spills over to another place. And you want to remove border from that other place. You select that section, the number of cells you have a problem with that shouldn't have border, and click no border. It removes all the borders. Are we clear with that? Now, yes, after that, the next thing says all borders. So this puts border on every part of your cell. Now, let me tell you what all borders does for you. It puts the bottom border, it puts the top border, it puts the left border, and it puts the right border. Because if you click each of those one, it will put, one will only put the left border, the other one will only put the right, the other one will put the top, the other one will put the bottom. But when you click all borders, it puts borders everywhere. The next section says outside borders. It means that all the cells inside will not have any border. It will have border only outside. Then I think after that, you have tick outside borders. Like I said, I won't go through all, but they are as simple as the option we'll take. After this class, click on all the borders. I'll come down back here and teach us something else. So can we go to all borders and click on it? What happened to your table? What happened to the table after you click all borders?
Borders are highlighted.
Fine. Suddenly, you have all the gray lines have now become, the place you selected, they've become black lines, right? You now have border. So look at your print preview quickly. I need us to finish this page and move forward. We have more things to cover. How does your print preview look like now? Now you have borders. Can you see mine? Is yours looking, does your own have the borders?
Yes, it does.
All right, thank you. So I'll take one step forward. Now this is how to put borders. If you want to take outside borders, play with it, left border, right border. I need you to take your time and play with it. I want to show us something else. If you see our number 3 in January, those figures in January, are they aligned to the left or to the right? January, are they aligned to the left or to the right?
They are
Somebody
aligned
answer. To the where?
right.
To the right.
Right. Okay, what if I want to align them to the left? Under my alignment group, can we see our alignment group is just behind the numbers group? Can we see that?
Yes, sir.
That is alignment. It helps you align your fonts to left, right, center, top, bottom. So let's align all the text in January to the left. The data in January. Let's align them to the left. If you click, what happens? Everything jumps to the left. Now let me say this. By default, numbers are aligned to the right, text is aligned to the left. That's the default in Excel. But what if you want to align them to a different side? That's where your alignment group comes in. You can align them left, right, top and bottom. Now, if you wonder, why should I align to the top and bottom? When you have a large cell, let me do something to my training budget. Can you see how big my training budget, my training column row is? Can you see how big my row is? Can you see my screen and my row for training?
Yes.
You can see that the number 100 is at the bottom, right? What if I want it to be at the top? There's align top. I click it, you see my 100 has jumped up. Now I'm just showing you this. I don't want to do this. This is not, but I need you to know that you can align it left, right, top, bottom. You can also align it center. Now can you see my 100 in the center? Now, where should you align it to? That's your call. Wherever you want to align it to, that's your call. But it should be such that it makes your work more presentable. Right now, I don't need my training row to be this large. So I double click, I reduce the row, and I don't need my 100 to be standing in the middle, whereas all the other fonts are aligned to the left. So I select everything and I align them to the center. I say, okay, everything should be in the center. You see, I've aligned everything in January to the center. February is aligned to the right. I can align it to the left. That I don't want you to bother. You can align it. Those are the 4 alignments. Let me show you the next 2 things here that are very important. It's called indents. I use this again and again, and it's quite a useful piece of tool. Can we see what I just highlighted? I just annotated something on my screen. It's called, put your mouse over it, tell me what it says. What does it say? Indent where? Have we seen what I highlighted? Nobody's answering.
Decrease indents.
Yes, thank you. And
Decrease indents.
okay, now what does that do for us? I need to show you, and then we can move on to merge and center and wrap test. Wrap test is very important. I already taught us merge and center. I'll teach wrap test and then we'll move on to the next sheet. Now imagine that, go to where we have our different expenses head. Training, office space, computer, copying, all of those things. Now let's imagine that office space, computer, copying, and printing are all sub of training. You know what I mean? Assume, right? Let's assume they are the sub of training. The head of this section is training. So all of them are sub. Now, when we write it, we don't want all of them to be aligned to the left. So I will select those 4 items and indent outward. Increase the indent. Can we see how my own is aligned?
Yes.
Have you tried it on your own? Now, this is also your call. I can decide to decrease the indent. I think this is okay for me. Now, why I like this is, not only does it align a set of items, sorry, shift indent a set of items, they are perfectly aligned. Because sometimes we try to do this by pressing the tab key, right? tap, 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 tap. They are not properly aligned. But when you use this increase and decrease index, they are perfectly aligned. So that's for that. So yeah, do I have any questions? Before I shed the last thing we are doing here? The last thing we are doing on this page, do I have any question? I'd like to take it before I share the last thing we are doing here. Okay, I'm going to go on. Can we scroll down to the bottom of our page? There's something called wrap test. Just scroll down. I hope your table looks like my table. I'll be glad if it looks better. But there's something called wrap test at the bottom of our table. Can we see it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now we just want to solve a very simple problem. When you are typing in a cell, if you type into a cell does not automatically wrap. This is what we call wrap. Okay, yeah, I think you understand wrapper, right? You wrap a wrap around yourself. When you are typing in Microsoft Word, when you get to the edge of the page, what happens?
It continues.
It continues where?
Opens a new page. Continue.
No, no, we have not gotten to a new page. Yes, you are typing along a line. When you get to the edge of the page.
Okay. Enters on itself.
So the new line, right?
Yes,
but
new column.
Because Excel is not a word processing program, Excel does not do that automatically. And if you don't know how to wrap test, you have a problem like we have here. Formatting in Excel means a trick, blah, 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 blah. And it keeps going on the same straight line. That is crazy. How do you manage this? You manage this by wrapping the test. You know how you wrap something, fold it over each other, right? That's the same thing. So once you remember wrap, it's easy to solve. Now, we have already learned merge and center, merge across, and I need you to play with it. Because I didn't go through all of the steps, they work similar way, but I need to play with them. Just like the same way with our drop down for our borders. I need to play with all of them. Okay, one thing I'll show you about the borders. Please, at the bottom, look at the click on the borders. Look at the bottom, the very, very bottom. There are two things I just want to point out to you. I won't teach it. Play with it after class. What are the last two things you have at the bottom? When you click on your border, let me teach this and move forward. What are the last two things you have? Hello? Nobody's answering. Can you hear me?
Line color and line body.
We can hear you, sir.
Thank you. Have you clicked on the borders drop down where we used to put borders before?
Yes, sir.
What do you see at the bottom? Very bottom, scroll all the way to the bottom. You see the last two things. Line
color, line style, more
line
borders.
style. Okay, now, two things that thing does for you. You know we use black color for the lines, right? If you want a different color for the line, you can change it. If you put your mouse over line color, you can see this option of colors. You can make the lines red. Is that okay? Now, line style. If you want your line to be very thick, to be double line, to be dotted line, can you see different line styles? Now, that's for line style. I'm not bothered about it. Please, everything down here, click on it. Your computer will not catch fire. You will learn something. Okay, so now let's go to our wrap test. What I want for this test, even though it's stretching very long, I want this test to be as wide as our table. Our table starts from column B and ends in column what? Somebody tell me quickly.
F.
Column F, thank you. But our test is starting from column B. It's going to C, D, E, F, G, H. I don't even know how far it has gone. But I want it to be as wide as the table so that when I print, if you try to print this, after appearance, the rest will go into another page. You only see one line on that page. The rest will go into another page. I've seen it happen a lot. So to solve that problem, we wrap this test. Very simple thing. We'll take one step we have taken before. Please select cell B24 all the way to F24. You know what I want to do? I want to merge this test. I don't want to merge and center. I just want to merge. Please let me know when you've merged all the cells. I taught this last class. We've used it today, so we can simply merge. Have you merged your cells? Select from cell B24 all the way to F24, and then go up on your menu bar, click on merge and center, then click the option of merge. So do I have the first person who has finished that? I have 5 minutes more in this place. Yes. Do I have a second? Yes.
Yes.
Do I have another one?
Yes, sir.
Have you merged? All right. The eyes have it according to Ababio. So I've merged my cells. Suddenly, my text is truncated as if where it has disappeared. It has not disappeared. So now click on the cell you have merged. You notice that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cells are now behaving like one cell. I need you to do something for me first. This is our column 24. Open it wider. You know how to, sorry, our row 24. You know how to make a row wider, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Click and drag, make it wider. But you notice that the text is still not showing. It's cutting off, it's truncated. So this is where you use our wrap test. Wrap test is just above merge and center. Just click on it and it does its magic. When you click on it, what happens?
All the information is showing now.
So now, suddenly this is now behaving like Microsoft Word. When the text gets to the edge, it wraps to the next line. Instead of going straight like it normally does in Excel, it wraps to the next line. If you notice, we deliberately make this as wide as the width of our table. Do we understand what we have done?
Yes.
Okay, so now this is how to merge a cell. Now for me, I'm going to do something else. I don't know how it's happening in your case. My font, my text is aligned to the bottom. I don't like it like that. So I'm going to align it to the top. Have you seen my own move?
Yes.
Right? So instead of aligning it to be aligned to the bottom, I say align to the top, align to the left. I prefer it like this. Now, I can now reduce the width of my box. Let me tell you something else I can do to this box. I can select this box and click on my border and give it thick border. I need somebody to do that so that we can leave this page. So, you've done your wrap test, right? And then you adjusted the size of your cell now, your wrapped cell, your cell that you've measured. Select that cell, go to our borders, put thick outside borders. Have you done that? Thick outside borders. Have you done that? Simple.
Yes.
Just click on the cell, thick outside border. Make the font italics. Fill the background with yellow. Fantastic. I need to hear feedback. Font italics done. Italics is just after the bold, B. Italics. There's underline there. We don't often use underline in Excel, but it's there. It's the same thing with Microsoft Word, so I won't bother teaching it. Have we made it italics? Hello, Zainab. I know you are in class. I know I've not heard your voice. I know you are in class. I spied the people in class. I know I've not heard your voice, so I should hear. Have we made it italics?
Yes, I have.
We filled it with yellow? Now, all of this, I just want you to I just want to show you options. Depending on the work, I can't tell you do this or do that when you are working. Depending on the work you are doing and how best to present it, you can fill with background, you can wrap text, you can merge and center, you can merge across, you can make it bold, you can increase the font size. It's not like you must increase everything, you must increase everything's font size, or you must merge. No. Depending on how you want to present your work, that will determine how you will do it. Now, if you notice the text we just wrapped, I aligned it to the left, and to the top at the bottom. But if you notice the one up, it's the same set of text. Even though I aligned it to the top, I also aligned it to the center. Have you noticed that this is my text formatting upstairs up is in the center, right?
Yes.
So I haven't done that. Let me just show you how it looks like. This is how my page looks like. I can manage to print this and give it to somebody. But trust me, if it was a work, I was giving a work to my boss, you won't see this many colors. That's the truth. There's orange, there is blue, there's light blue, there is whatever, there's yellow. No. You won't see this many colors. I'll likely use black, 2 shades of colors. I'll use a light blue and a dark blue, a light orange. I don't want too many colors. It's not artwork. I want the information in my worksheet, which is actually data, to be legible. It's not for fashion. So I'm going to move forward to our next sheet, which is our sheet number 7. So I'm going to stop sharing. I'm going to stop sharing so that I can share a new sheet. Let me stop. All right, then I'm going to share sheet number 7. Oh, this is good. Yes. Okay, now we want to start actually working with Excel, basic calculations. Are you on sheet 7? Are you on sheet 7? I sent that to you last as part of the first set of sheets. So you should have sheet 7 open. Have you downloaded the new sheets I sent today? Hello, somebody. You've not? Okay, please, you can download them. Now, I'm sure we would cross sheet 7 and enter there. If we run fast, we can cross sheet 7 and enter it. I'll be glad if we can enter it. So that the final class is our last class. I need us to cover what we need to cover and get to printing. If I don't teach printing, I won't think I've covered the basics to intermediate. So please just download it. Let it be downloading by the side while we go to basic calculations. Now we want to start from the very basic formulas, like 1 + 1 = 2. It's like primary 1 maths. Then we start to write some short functions. Today you write your first function in Excel and you find that it's not magic. It's just simple. Once you get the syntax right, you get the result. So are we on the basic calculation worksheet? Sheet 7, people. Nobody has answered that question.
We are, yeah.
All right, thank you. So I have a number of sheets here. So I'm starting from, actually just added this extra sheet, the one titled basic calculation. I just added it. It gives you some trivia. How does things work out inside Excel? So some of the things contained here are the things we are going to be working with. I'll just show you, for example, when you do addition, it's simple. It just adds A to B and C and D. No matter whatever the number of cells you are bringing together, Excel sees them as cells, really, not bothered about the content. Even if there's no content inside, Excel will still add it together and tell you it's 0 because there's no content. So subtraction, A minus B, A1 minus B1, that's simple. Multiplication, A1 times B1 times C1 times 5. It will actually be number 5. You put it in the cell, Excel will multiply that for you, or you write it into the formula. Excel will multiply it for you. Now, division, A1 divided by B1. Please look at the last one. I need to bring that to our attention. Exponent is like saying 2 raised to power 3, which is 2 times 3 times 3. Excel can do that for you. And the raised to power, we'll try that when we start writing some function. For my keyboard is Shift-6. I don't know about your keyboard. I know people have different keyboard arrangement. But is this V, which is like V turned upside down? For me, Shift-6. So find out where it is on your keyboard. Now, okay, let me not take too much time as on this our trivia. When we start calculating, we'll use all of them. So let's go to basic calculations 2 and start our calculations. We're going to write the first basic formula in Excel. There are 3 different ways we can do calculation in Excel. 3 or 4. We'll learn All of them. They are so simple. So are we on basic calculation worksheet? I need response because we need to move forward. Are we on the basic calculation worksheet? Basic calculations 2?
Yes.
Okay, I click on cell E3 because this is the same worksheet we used for the other practice. That one had the calculations, but now we want to do the calculations by ourselves. So I want to add up training expenses for January, February, March. Somebody use your head to add that and tell me the results. 100 plus 200 plus 320. Sorry, 100 plus 300 plus 320.
720.
100 naira plus 300 naira plus 320 naira.
720 naira.
720. Fine. So it's straightforward. So when you write your formula, you get the same result. You know that Excel is right. So let's write our first function first, whatsoever. Now, please remember this. Every function you write in Excel starts with the equal to sign. What did I say? Every function starts with what?
Equal sign.
Equal sign.
If you don't put equals, you are not writing the function. You are just typing anything. Equals sign is a mistake that we make a lot. Oh, it didn't work. Just go back and check. You didn't type equals sign. Every function starts with an equal sign. So let's go type equals to. Once you type equals to, Excel is excited. Hey, we are about to do a calculation. We are about to put in a function. Are we there? Have we typed equals to?
Yes.
What is the cell that has 100? That's January training expenses. What's that cell?
B3.
What? B3, cell address. Okay, type B3. Notice what I said just did. When you type B3, what did I say do?
Highlighted 100.
So
It brought out the function.
Selected, it shows you, yeah, highlighted. I like the word highlighted is cell. Now you can as well not type B3. If you don't know what cell it is, maybe you are inside a large worksheet, just click on the 100. You get the same result. Have we seen that?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, now the next thing, write plus. We want to add it together. So for me, shift plus is what brings my plus sign. Plus, are we there? Have we put our plus sign? So let's write C3. I need you to type C3.
Yes.
Okay, somebody was trying to say something, but it's cracking. I can't hear you. Have you typed C3?
No, I'm just trying to follow you.
Okay. Have you typed the C3?
Yes, we have.
Okay, now plus
Yes.
again. Plus, what's the next
D3.
cell reference? D3. Once you finish typing, press enter. What's the result?
720 naira.
720. Is that clear? That's very straightforward, right?
Yes.
Yes.
It's simple addition. This is the simplest formula you will ever write in Excel. Some are simple, but I don't think there's anyone simpler. This plus this plus this. Excel simply gives you the answer. But if the cells are very many, you do not have the time to say C4, C5, C6, C7. Imagine there are 1,000 cells. You'll be saying C, D, C, no. So Excel makes it easier by giving us the sum function. So you are going to write the sum function. Then we are going to go on and use the then we are going to go on and use the shortcuts. So please click on the same result we just got and delete it, because we want to write the sum function, right? The 720 we got, delete it, type equals to, are we together?
Yes.
S-U-M, sum function. Let me know when you've typed your sum. You can see a lot of functions in Excel that are similar to the sum function. We'll use at least half of them. Yeah, we'll use half of them. Have we typed the sum? Somebody's mic is cracking. Okay, now please, the next thing you do is to press shift and open brackets. Very important. Once you press shift and open bracket, tell me what the cell is asking you. I need to explain something very basic but very fundamental. When you press shift and open your bracket, what is number 1, number 2? After that, he puts dot, dot, dot. Now,
yes,
that number 1 and number 2 are called function arguments. I need to say that again. Your number 1 and number 2, please, whose mic is cracking? Please, yeah, they agree. Please mute your mics. It's affecting the recording. Thank you. I think the person just muted. Thank you very much. Jide, thanks. So they are called function arguments. The number 1 and number 2. What Excel is asking you is, what are the information you are supplying me to give you the result for this function, the sum function you are typing? Depending on the numbers you give to Excel, Excel will give you the result. In our case, we can type, if we want to go the long way, we can type C1, comma, sorry, it's not C1, B3, comma, C3, comma, D3, and close the bracket. But that's a long way of doing it. So all you simply need to do is go and click on your B3, drag it all the way to D3. It's like you are selecting it. Tell me what you see inside your bracket. Please select from B3 to D3. What do you see inside your bracket? I need one person to do that and tell me. It's the same thing for everybody. Have we been able to select B3 to D3 inside our bracket? Did anybody select?
Yes.
Okay, what did you see inside your bracket?
B3, then there's a column, then B3.
Okay, D3. What Excel is telling you is that the range of cells I'm dealing with, instead of you to be typing 1, comma, 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 it's a range of cells. It starts from B3 to that column. You can read it as to D3. That's the range of cells. Don't worry that there are only 3 cells. You can use the same thing for 1,000 cells. So the last thing we'll do is to close this bracket, shift, close our bracket. And I want to say this in Excel. Every time you open it, you must close it or your function will not work. If you open one bracket, you must close it with one bracket. If you open 3 brackets, when we start doing more functions, you will know why we open 3, possible 5 brackets. You try to avoid opening too many brackets, but when you write multiple functions or some functions, you cannot help but open multiple brackets. So if you open 5 brackets, you must close 5 brackets. So once you close your bracket, press enter. Do we have the same results?
yes.
Okay. Now, I've taken you through 2 long steps. I needed you to start flexing your hand because not every function in Excel has a shortcut. For most functions, you need to type the function and you need to give it the function argument. So learning to put in the function argument with a very simple sum function is training for, of course, the other functions that we'll deal with. So I still want you to delete the 720, our result, and use the simplest function in Excel, the simplest shortcut in Excel, the auto sum. This, everybody that has ever used Excel should use this. But trust me, I saw somebody open an Excel worksheet and was using calculator to calculate totals. I was like, what are you doing? It was shocking. So auto sum. Has anybody seen the auto sum? Has anybody used auto sum before? I suspect we have used auto sum. That is the most common function. So for every other person, have we seen auto sum?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so I don't need to belabor that. So now, since you have seen the auto sum, click on the same place where we want the result, click auto sum and just enter. Normally, auto sum will select the right set of cells for you, normally. But if it doesn't select the right set of cells, you have to select the cells by yourself. So let me try this. AutoSum, it selected the right sets of cells. But if it doesn't, you need to drag. Now let me show you. You can see that AutoSum is selecting our B3 to D3, right? But yes. Imagine I wanted to select every information in this worksheet. This marquee is telling you this is where I've selected, but until I press enter, AutoSum is not giving me result. So I can actually open the marquee wider. Have you seen my own? I can carry it to another section of the sheet. This is what you do if AutoSum does not automatically select the right place. It happens when you have data all around each other. They're all close together, mixed up. AutoSum may not select where you want it to select. You can move the entire selection. You can expand or reduce the selection. I just expanded the selection. I've moved it. Now, when I'm talking like this, I need you to be trying it at your end. Now, I also want to reduce the selection by dragging them at the squares at the corner. So once I have reduced the selection to the right place I want AutoSum to sum, I press enter. I have my 720 result. Do we have our result? We're taking one step further. Do we have our result, please? Hello?
Yes.
I have a lot of people in this class. Nobody's saying anything. Have we used the AutoSum?
Yes.
Do we have the result?
Yes, I do.
Okay, now let's enjoy the beauty and the power of Excel. Can you copy this result down? You remember how to copy down?
Yes.
This is the beauty and the power of Excel. Once you write a function, you can copy it down to the cells under it. So if you copy down, what happens? What happens when you copy down? You can double click to copy down, you can drag down, whichever you choose. Double click or copy. Which option did you use? Nobody has told me what happened when they copy down. When they copy down, what happened?
The others automatically calculated.
Fantastic. Do you like that kind of life?
Yes.
Make life easy. So if you have a set of data like this, now let me say this again. It is not only AutoSum. This is even the simplest use of this copying down. Even if you write a very complex formula, now you have 1,000 rows of data. You write a very complex formula in the first, let's say cell B1. Once you copy it down, those 1,000 rows of data, Excel automatically gives you the result. Based on the formula, it may have taken you 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 3 minutes, or 1 minute to write the formula, but you can copy it down immediately. You don't have to write the formula again. That's the beauty and the power of Excel. So now I said 1,000. It could actually be 1 million rows of data. You will copy it down, Excel will give you the result. So let's imagine that you are doing payroll for 1,000 employees, and everybody needs to, you need to deduct, let's say 5% of their, let me say add 5% to their salary as bonus. You can add 5% to the first person, which is one of the examples we'll cover going forward. Once you copy down, Excel will help you add 5% to everybody. Or if you want to know what is 5% of each person's salary, Excel will tell you what is 5%. If you want to say, Excel, okay, add 5% to each person's salary, Excel can calculate the 5% and add it to the salary and give you the new current net salary or whatever it is, the result you want. And then you can copy it down. So I want to show us one last thing with AutoSum, then we will leave here. Can we see the total? Can we see the space where we have total? After 536, right? Now, if I do AutoSum, I will have the total there. It will sum everything above it. Can we try that? Click on that cell, which for me is cell E12. Click AutoSum and just press enter. Tell me what your total is, please. Oh, that person, you have to mute. The scratch is disturbing, really. What's your total?
12,024.
Is that's straightforward, right? Instead of pressing calculator 5 times. Now delete that total. Let's do one shortcut. I'll teach shortcuts like this. There's no day to teach shortcut. We'll use them. Have you deleted the total?
Yes, sir.
Select all the data above from 720 all the way to 536. Select all of them. We want to add them together. Have you selected them?
Yes, sir.
Hold your Alt key and press plus. Oh, sorry, no. Okay, don't select. Just click at the bottom. Okay, if you select, it'll give you something there. Click at the bottom, the place where you want the total. Alt and plus key. Enter. Same results. That's a shortcut. So instead of even going to click auto sum, just click on where you want the total. Alt plus it sums for you. So this is basically our sum function. It's the simplest function you can deal with. We've touched the normal straightforward sum function equals to this plus this plus this. We've written the sum function. We've used the auto sum function, and now we've used the shortcut, which is Alt plus. So that's about that for that. Now we want to move on to average function, which is, okay, no, before we move on to average function, there's a calculation here I want us to play with. It will help us practice some things we have learned. Okay, have we gotten the sum function, everybody? I didn't hear yes. Okay, let's move on to the second page that is titled Simple Functions. We're going to, what we've learned, we want to use it to practice here. Now, are we on simple functions? If I hear yes, I'll move on.
Yeah.
Please
tell
me yes so that I'll move on. Let me understand that. Maybe some people have gone to Instagram. Okay, so simple functions, that's where we are now. Now, I have some products in this small table, different products, apples, different product milk and bread. I have the cost of the goods. Now, as a business person, if you buy goods like this, you want to apply some profit. To keep this simple, we are applying a profit of 15% to every product. Now, to find the 15% of each product, somebody tell me the mathematics of finding 50% of something. How do you find 50%? 2,020 naira. How do you find 15%? What is the mathematics?
15 over 100 times 220.
Okay, 15 over 100 times 2020. 15 over 100 is what? 0.15, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now you can as well, Excel understands if you tell Excel 15%, you see that your 15 over 100, if you tell Excel 15% of this figure, Excel will do 15 over 100 by itself, and you multiply your 2020 and give it the result. So let's go, equals to, let's start with equals to, Click on the cell we want to effect, which is the cell where we want to calculate its percentage. That is cell what?
C3.
No?
C3.
C3. C3, right?
Yes.
Times, for me, shift 8 is times. I think it's the same for everybody. Times is that asterisk. If you're using a desktop, there's asterisk somewhere on the numbers pad. If you have a big laptop, it's also there. But shift 8 gives you the times. It's asterisk. Have we put it there?
Yes.
So 15. Are we okay?
Yes.
Shift 5 for me is percentage.
Okay.
What's 15% of 2020?
303.
303. Okay, can you copy that down?
Okay.
You do it quickly. I want to hear done.
Done.
Because you don't even bother dragging, double click, it copies down, right?
Yes.
So is everybody catching up with me?
No, I stopped at shift 8. And the next
Shift
one
8
is
is okay. That's you have your times, right?
yes, sir.
Put 15 because we want 15%. Put 15. Have you put
Okay.
15?
Yes, sir.
Then put percentage
Shift
equals
5.
to shift 5, yes. Times 15. Shift 5 is percentage. Have you done that?
Yes, sir.
Enter. What's your result?
303.
So it means that 303 naira or dollars is 15% of 2020. So double click. I don't want you to drag down. This is your third class, so you should be getting a fast way of doing things. Drag down will work, but if you have 500,000 rows of data, you don't want to be dragging like somebody driving to Lagos. Double click, I said, does the work for you. Now, somebody please tell me the mathematics. What is the selling price of this product now?
Cost of goods plus
yes,
the percentage. I mean,
profit of
profit.
of 15%, right? So
Yes.
give me the answer. Finish that and give me what's the selling price for apples? It's simple, right?
Yeah, 23.
2323.
Okay, 23.
2323. What's the selling price for toothpaste?
So you have to
You have to. I know you have to. What's the selling price for toothpaste?
2541.5.
What's the selling price for the very item at the bottom? Insect repellent.
2668.
2668. You see how simple this is, right? So you do your calculation, except this with the rest of the sheet for you. But we can actually make it shorter. We took 2 steps to get here. We calculated the profit, and then we now added it together, right?
Yes.
What if we don't want this column, that column? We just want our selling price. That's what I call the dynamic result. So what we are going to do is to take this first formula we wrote, the first function we wrote, and the second function we wrote, combine them together. We'll be writing single functions, sum, percentage, add. No, we just want to take one step forward. We'll combine 2 functions together. So let's start with our equals to sign.
Yes.
Now let's open a bracket. Now, before I teach this fully, I need to remind you of board mass. You remember board mass from primary and secondary, right?
Yes.
Brackets of division, addition, subtraction. What did I? Multiplication. Yes, addition, subtraction. Except follows the rule of board mass. If you look at the first page, is the part of the trivia I put on the first page of this worksheet. Excel follows the rule. But if you want to control the way Excel does a calculation, you control it with your brackets. Once you just write a function, Excel will do the board mass, follow the board mass principle. It will do your division, your bracket first. What's in the bracket first? If there's no bracket, it will do your off. If there's no off, it goes to division, then multiplication. Addition and subtraction are usually the last things. So, but to make sure you are the one that determines the order in which Excel will do your calculation, you use your bracket. So let's say equals to, let's open bracket. Now, you know what we calculated first, right? We took the cost of goods and multiplied by what? 15%. That's one complete calculation, right? Close your bracket.
Plus
what this calculation we have done now, what does it give us?
E3. Profit.
Profit, yes. Now, to get the selling price, what do we need to add to it?
The profit.
The
profit.
The cost of goods.
No, this is
Oh,
profit.
sorry, cost of goods. What am I
Fine.
saying?
So C3 times 15% plus, what's our sale reference?
E3. E3.
3. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes.
It's clear, right?
Yes.
Okay, so enter.
No.
Can you see that we have the same result?
Yes.
Yeah.
The difference is instead of taking 2 steps to get here, hey, you don't want to do multiple column. No, you can write what inside one cell, you can write 5, 6, 7 functions. But the more functions you combine, the more complicated it becomes. And it's easier to make a mistake. So you can use multiple columns, but for something as simple as this, don't use multiple columns. Of course, you know the next thing we should do, right? Double click and we get every other result. Are we okay here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, now let me quickly share something.
It's not
Yes, sir.
results. Maybe is my.
No.
Sorry, I've not graded to 13
what is the challenge? Who am I speaking to?
Okay, this is Kelechi. So once I double click it,
Kelechi, you again? Kelechi, now tell me, what's the challenge?
I said once I double click to
Yes.
multiply the result, apply the result down, it will return back to the formula. I don't know if it's, but if I drag down, it will give me what I want.
If you double click, it return back to the
on that square.
Hey, Kelechi, you are double clicking inside the cell. Instead of double clicking on the black square that you also used to drag down. Kelechi. That's what you are doing. Don't double click inside the formula. Double click at the square. There's that black on the edge. There's that black dot, that black square that you also click to drag down. If you double click,
it just apply the same results all through.
Okay, Kelechi. Now, Kelechi, go to your autofill option. Go to your autofill option. No, it shouldn't copy cells. No, it copies formula down now. No, there's even no option there. Why is your own copying this result down? Kelechi, you've done something.
What is formula?
Okay, Kelechi, read your formula for us. Click on the first cell, which is our cell F3. Read your formula for us. Equals to, start from equals to. Read everything in your cell. Equals to.
Okay, I haven't even entered on F3. I was just still watching you. I was looking at.
Kelechi, no, you can't. Kelechi, you
that I was trying to double click and it wasn't going. I did it the first time, second time, but when I
Kelechi,
tried.
Kelechi. Now, okay, let me, Kelechi, you be writing your formula while I explain something quickly. Now, when I click on my cell, click on your cell, look in your formula bar. What do you see inside your formula bar? Hello, what do you see inside your formula bar?
Okay. For my selling price, I see. Okay, sorry, for profits, I see my formula.
No, you are not looking where I tell you to look. Click in your cell F3 where you did your calculation. Look in the formula bar. Zainab.
Yes.
What are you seeing in your formula bar?
Equal to.
Because of this thing, I had to clear everything on cell F, everything on the F. So I went back.
Right, okay, Kelechi, let me quickly bring you up to speed. Write your formula again. Equals to, open your bracket.
Okay.
Click on the cost of goods, which is C3. Quickly, click on C3.
I've done that, sir.
Shift 8 is your times. Times 15.
Yeah.
Shift 5 is your percentage. Shift 5 percentage, right?
Plus.
Now, Have you closed your brackets? You said plus without closing brackets. You skipped that, it will not give you the results. Shay, I know somebody has done that, but have you closed your bracket? Plus E3. Click, you should get the results. Are you okay now? Do you have 2323?
No.
What do you have? Kelechi, you didn't type what I told you to type.
It didn't close. I didn't close bracket. I didn't close bracket. Sorry, sir. Let me close it again.
Where you are supposed to close bracket after your percentage. I told you where to close the bracket.
After I close bracket, right?
You plus
okay, yes.
C3. Plus C3.
Okay.
Now, do you have 2323? Now, when you double click, it should give you the result down. I wanted to quickly step into something else. Huh? Okay, hello. Yes. So for those who have gotten this far, I say click on your result. What do you have in your formula bar? Tell me quickly. Somebody answer me.
Oh, equal to open bracket C3 times 15%, close bracket plus C3.
Okay, now that's what we have in our formula bar. Now, the easiest place to edit a formula is in the formula bar or in the formula argument box. Now, I don't want to take us into the argument box today. Oh, no, here, we'll enter there later. But go to your formula bar. Instead of 15%, imagine I think I want to make more money from this business. Delete your 15. Hello, everybody. Please follow me. Click in your formula bar, delete your 15, make it 25%. So you delete your 15, put 25. You can actually delete the 1 and just type 2. Or delete 15, type 25. In your formula bar. Can you do that for me?
Yes.
Now enter. What's your first result?
2525.
So it means that our profit has increased, right? Now, yes. If we need to calculate that same 25% profit for every other thing in the shop, what do we do?
Double click.
Double click, and you have changed.
You
don't need to start calculating one by one. So if you increase everything by 25%, it is actually easier than this. We'll get into it. So I just wanted to show you editing your formula. What I just showed us now is what we call editing formula. Now, this is one of the simplest formulas you will deal with. So we just edited it. So you will have other formulas that you will deal with. Now, can we go on to somebody tell me what is the total of these whole figures we have? These are dynamic results we got. Tell me what the total is, quickly. Who is the first to tell me the total? Maybe I'll have a gift for the person. Seriously, I'll have a gift for the person. Person will get a discount on the live class if you are in Abuja or Mina. Who is the first person to tell me the total? I actually have it on my screen. What are you guys doing to tell me the total? We learned some function. Yes, let me hear. 23 what?
235 562.
Okay, now it's difficult for you to read, right? Click on the total, put your comma, and then it becomes easy. You are the first person to give me the result. No problem, but put your comma, check whether it's easy to read now.
Okay, yes, I've done that.
So what's the result?
235.62.50, exactly.
200, I need you to call it 200. Don't behave like my governor.
235,562.5.
Okay, so you see how easy it is to get the total, right? I just did auth plus. I didn't even do auto sum. You know, there is sum function, there is auto sum, but auth plus gives you the same result. Now, I'm going to move on to the next page. Time is running a lot faster than I thought. So we will do calculations next class. I thought we could finish calculations today. Well, maybe we can finish. The next page is quite easy. I'm on average, max, and minimum. Max is maximum, min is minimum. There are two functions. Then, of course, average is a function. To get average of a number, how do we get average? I need somebody to tell me quickly. How do we get average of a set of numbers?
Add up the number, divide by the number of numbers.
So if I have 5 numbers, I add them up and divide by 5, right?
Yes.
So Excel can do that for you. Excel has a function strictly to give you average. It has a function to give you the maximum number in the set of cells. It also has another function to give you the minimum number. We'll do all of this in 5 minutes. So equals to, are we on the average page? I want to find the average gross pay of this worksheet. There are people with different salaries here, but I want to find the average. Equals to, write average. When you start typing, average actually shows up. And I need you to do something for me. Can you see average showing up?
Yes.
When you start typing, double click, please. Tell me what happens when you double click on average.
No, it
shows up and it shows the bracket.
You see, you skipped one step, right? When you double click, not just that you have average, you also add a bracket. And it's also the same thing when you click on tab. I'm going to do this again. Equals to average. Once you start typing and you click on your tab, the only challenge is average is not selected. Yes, and tab. Correct. Yes. So you have your function and then you have your bracket open. What is Excel asking us for? I told us those things are called, what did I say? Number 1, number 2 are called?
Sorry?
The number, if you see average, under your function average, you can see something in gray written as average, right?
Yes.
Yes,
Open bracket, number 1, number 2. What did I tell you number 1 and number 2 are called? I told you. Now you guys owe me. They are called function arguments.
Oh.
They are the things that, the argument that gives you the result for the function. These are very simple, straightforward function arguments. When we start writing other functions, you will find different function arguments. This one is only asking you number 1, number 2, number this, number that. But as we go forward, you see different function arguments. So now to get the average of these numbers, all we need to do is to select the entire set of numbers. So I start by clicking on my 42296 and drag it all the way down. I'm dragging it down. There are just 51 items. Once I drag it to the bottom, I close my bracket. Who is the first person to tell me the average? And I press enter. I have average. So who is going to tell me the average? Put your comma if it's hard to read. Who is the first person to tell me the average? I'm going to show you a faster way of doing it, but I need to hear from the first person. What's the average of this set of numbers? Who is having a challenge? Please talk to me. I like to quickly bring people up to speed.
50,978.60.
Fantastic. Yeah, who else has gotten that? Who has gotten the average? Who is having a challenge? Tell me your challenge.
Had an issue.
Yes, tell me the challenge.
Oh no, I I mistakenly inflated one of my numbers, so I was having 500 and something.
Okay, so you inflated one of your numbers.
Yes, I changed
budget padding.
The monthly
budget padding. Okay, so you have the correct average. You have the correct average.
Yes, I do.
Now, who else has the correct average? I need a third person. Is Eva still in this class? Eva, are you still in this class? Okay, Eva is no longer in this class. I haven't heard her voice in a while. Onome, how is it going? Do you have the average? Are you practicing? I'm looking at the people in class. Festus, how is it going? Barbara, how is it going? Do you have the average?
978.60.
Yeah, no. What did you call your average? What did you get?
50,978.60.
Correct. That's correct. That's correct. Who was that? Who was that?
Abdullah.
Okay. Abdullah, bro. How you doing?
Abdullah.
Abdullah, how are you doing? Okay, so I was asking Tunde, how is it going? Tunde, are you practicing? Is it working? Bello, Sammy, is it working?
He's working for me.
Okay, who is that? Is that Bello?
Kelechi.
Oh, Kelechi. Ah, man, I'm so glad to hear that. Yes. So we've gotten the average, but I need to show off something quickly. A faster way of copying cells. Now watch me. I'm going to write my average function. Now I need to copy down from cell D2 all the way to the bottom, right? For everybody, you guys were dragging down, right? It's okay, yes. There are only 51 items. But what if you have 2,000 items, 3,000 items? I'm going to remind you of something we learned at the beginning. Can we remember control down? What if I press control down, what does it do?
It selects all the cells with numbers. Or with,
Is that Zainab?
Yes.
Is that Zainab?
Yes.
When I press control down, it doesn't select anything. It jumps to the bottom. To select everything, I do my control what and down. Somebody tell us.
Control shift and down.
Thank you very much. Correct. So instead of dragging down on this row, I do control shift and I press the down arrow. Now this works if there is no break in the set of cells. When there's a break somewhere in the cell, maybe one blank cell, I keep doing my control shift down, down. It will jump that break and select the next set of cells. I put down again, jump the break, select the next. Once I have finished selecting, all I need to do is to press my tab and I get my result. Now, I need somebody to, with that at the back of your mind, forgive me, I don't just teach you Excel, I also need you to get some speed. You don't have 1 year to bring a report out, so you need to learn some fast way of doing things. I need somebody to tell me the minimum number and the maximum number. I'm not even going to do it. I'm going to wait for you guys to do it. Now, minimum number, all you need to do is type equals to, once you type min, you will see it. Maximum number equal to max. Those are two functions in Excel. Now, understand that you're already learning functions in Excel. You've learned the sum function. Now you've learned the average function. The next function you are learning is the max function and the mean function. So somebody tell me the person with the highest salary in this list, highest gross pay. All you need to do is to write the max function. You don't need to be scrolling down. You don't need to be checking. Just tell me what is the max salary. I don't even need to know.
69,537.
What's the minimum salary? 69,537. That's what you said, right?
Yes, that's the maximum.
Okay. I put it there. What's the minimum salary? I didn't do this calculation. I put your answer here. So if everybody agrees, that means it's correct. If they disagree, they will tell us what's the minimum equals to mean. Select the range of cell. If you use, oh, somebody is doing error. If you use your control shift down, you select very fast. What's the minimum value here? What is the minimum value? We'll finish these sheets today. I'll be so happy. Then there will be some assignment for you to do.
30,362.
30,362. Notice I did not calculate. I'm typing what you told me. So if it is wrong, it's not me. 30,362. I heard that from two people. Every other person that is practicing, is this correct? Average, max, mean. Now, even if you have 1 million rows of data, you don't need to start scrolling up and down. This one is bigger than this, or even doing sorting or filtering, which is some other things we'll learn in the advanced, intermediate to advanced class, which is going to be a live class. For now, Abuja, Mina, everybody in another location, give me a return ticket. I can come and teach in your city. But for now, we start with Abuja and then we'll move it somewhere else. So do we have the max and the mean, everybody? How many years am I getting?
Yes.
Max, yes, 1 year. Max and mean, you have to have the two to tell me yes.
I have both.
You have both. That's 1 year. Who else has both?
I'm lost too. I'm lost too.
You are lost. Where are
Very,
you?
very.
Which city are you in, first of all?
Yeah. How do we get the marks?
Which city are you in?
I'm in Makodi.
You're in Makodi. Okay,
Yeah.
I will speak to Governor Alia to send DSS to come and find you. Okay. The max is quite easy. Equals to. If you are writing any function, the first thing you write is your equals to, right?
Okay.
Type your
yes.
max. Type your max. Huh?
Okay.
You see the max function. Then you open your brackets.
Okay.
Now, the function arguments that Excel is asking you for are numbers 1, 2, and ... Where are the numbers that you want to find the maximum of the number? Now, you cannot find maximum of letters, so don't go and select the name and be looking for maximum. It's the gross pay. These are numbers. So select just the gross pay from the top all the way to the last Gary Nelson. Once you close your brackets, press enter. You get your results. Tell me it is working and we'll move forward because mean is the same thing. Is it working? You should be there now.
Not yet.
Where are you now? Tell me what you are doing. Just talk us through your steps. Equals to max. Have you opened your brackets?
Yes.
Have you selected the cells?
Yes.
Then close your bracket and press enter if you've selected all the cells.
Yeah, it's giving me 69,537.
Fantastic. That's the correct answer. So you can play with the mean after the class. It's the same thing.
Okay.
Maximum is the maximum number, highest number. Minimum, mean is the lowest number, mean. So our answer is 30,362, which is the correct answer. So you can play with it after class because I want to move on to the next sheet. Now, I have 3 things I want to teach us here. Very useful things. Okay, forget it. When you come to this sheet, please do the average, the max, and the mean for practice, right? Now, let's do the count function. This is a very useful function. It's a simple function in Excel, but when you start to do some other things in Excel, you find these 3 functions very useful. You know, I explained to you guys that one of the beauty of Excel is when you start to combine multiple functions. You can take the count function, take the sum function, and take the if function. Combine 3 of them together. It's like you turbocharge Excel. It becomes a lot more powerful. So for the count function, for example, it counts numbers only. Now, if I want to know how many students have scores here, I can use the count function. I don't need to look through. So let's write the count function. I'm not going to tell you how to write the count function. At this stage, you guys are strong enough to write. Now, listen to what I explained to you, I think last class. When you start to write function in Excel, when you see a function you've not met before, because you are starting to, you know how syntaxes work, you can see a new function and attack it. Now, I've not taught you how to write the count function. I expect somebody to be able to write a count function and count all the students, the number of scores. If you notice, the first person has scored 72, but somebody, Michael Clark, around 11, has no score, it's blank. If you put 0, Excel will count it as a number. 0 is a number for Excel. Blank is no score. So somebody please write a count function and tell me how many students have scores here. I am going to wait for you. Equals to count.
41 students.
41 students.
Okay. So I'm sure it's 41, right? I got 41 as well. So we agree on that. So is anybody having a challenge with count?
So
Talk to me.
Are we doing the count on the student column or score column?
On the score column.
On the score column.
I said, why she got supermarket? Mia Faru. Who is going to the supermarket? Buy something for, who was that? I want to know who is that person. Buy something for us. Zena, was that you going to supermarket?
I know it's not me.
Who now? First he spoke outside, so that's why I'm suspecting you. Who else is in this class? That's Unisa Yahaya. I suspect that person too. So whoever is going to the supermarket, buy something for everybody. But hey, have we gotten the count? Is anybody having challenge with count? This is where we are wrapping up today. We have about 5 minutes to the end of class, but is anybody having challenge with count? Let me clear that. Okay. Nope. Have we gotten the count? Let me hear yes. Done.
Yes.
Okay,
Done.
1. Yeah, that's 2. Who else? Zainab, are you done with the count? We are counting the scores. Zainab, are you done?
No, I haven't done this. Let me.
What is holding you? Equals to count. Select the students. Close your bracket. Let me explain something to everybody, something we have not used. We'll be opening bracket and closing bracket by ourselves. But I told you that when you write a function and you double click, once the function shows up in the list of functions, you double click, you open bracket automatically. Also, when you press your tab, you know your tab key on the left, above caps lock. When you press your tab, it opens your function for you. Count only count numbers. Did we get that? Did we hear that? Count will not count ABC. It will not count absent. It will not count A. It will not count somebody's name. Count only count numbers. Did we get that? Now, somebody please write the count A function and tell me what the result is. Also write the count blank function. Tell me the result. Count A is for count all. If you've gotten the count function, write the count A function, which is count all. Write the count blank function. Tell me your results. Person, please, let's do the same thing. I need us to wrap up the class, finishing this worksheet. You guys will have an assignment you will send to me. I'll need to see your assignment. If not, I'll bring Ken to the next class. I'm a teacher's son, so my dad used to carry Ken to school.
Count A, I don't understand.
Count A, write the count A function. It's a function. It stands for count all. The A stands for all.
Count A is 46. Then
count A is 46. What of count blank? Count A, we are still counting the student score. So we start from 72, we drag it down. So count A for count all. What's the result?
46.
46. Thank you. Now somebody do the count blank. And tell me the result. I'm going to explain this and then we are going to close the class.
Count blank 4.
Good. Now, if you look at the...
Okay.
You have seen something. All right.
I just got it. Okay.
What was the challenge? Please tell
no,
us.
I was thinking you only write when you click on the count function, you now put A to represent all. So I now went back and now looked at it. I now saw the count A is part of the function.
Yes, the function. Similarly, yes. Fantastic. Now, I need us to do something quickly, everybody, before I close this class. I've just a few minutes, really. It's 10 o'clock already. It's bedtime for some people. Now, go to Hubert Simons, who has a score of 42. Delete his score and look at what happens to all your results. Delete his score. What happens to your counts?
Go to who?
Hubert Simons, number 1.
Hubert, number 1. Number 1. Delete his score. What happens to your results?
Yeah,
what count becomes what? Count becomes what?
40.
Count A
all,
becomes what?
45.
What of
45.
count blank? What of count blank?
5.
Becomes 5. Okay, now write A there. A.
Say again.
A, just write the letter A there. What happens to your counts?
For count A change. Count A added
Count A
one.
change. Now, can you notice the difference?
Mm.
It does what it says it does. But what I need you to take note of, count. Hey, hello, please mute your mic, please. And count only the numbers. Did you notice that?
Yes.
Count A counts all numbers, so letters, so even symbols, even 0. He will count it. Huh? Like I told you, count, we count 0. It's a number. Count all, we count everything. But your count blank will only count the blank spaces. So if I go to number 5, Jill Max, who scored 40, and I delete his score, notice what happens to my count blank. It goes up. So this is count A, count blank. So this is where we'll wrap up for today. But I have a sheet next, which is my total deduction. I need you guys to do this as an assignment. Send it to me. Trust I will look at it. If you send it to me before, latest by Saturday, I'll look at it. But this is what else I want you to do. Delete every other sheet in this worksheet. But before you start deleting, do save as assignment 1. Do we understand what I'm explaining?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
You have this worksheet. Keep it. Don't delete. Don't destroy it. You have saved it. No problem. Save as assignment 1. Just save it as assignment 1 so that it's a new worksheet. Save as. Delete all the other worksheets. Leave only these basic calculations to and do it as an assignment. Now, let me talk us through the assignment. I will close the class. This is a worksheet showing salaries. There's gross pay. There is deduction 1 and deduction 2. If we want to get total deduction, what should we do?
Add both deductions.
Deduction 1 and deduction 2. That's simple addition, right? So deduction 1 and deduction 2.
Yes.
Now, if we want to get the monthly net pay, what should we do? We have gross pay. You don't have to be an accountant, but accountant, this will help. If you have the gross pay and there's deduction, what is called deduction? It means that we are minusing it. So if we want to get the monthly net pay, what should we do?
Monthly gross minus the total deductions.
So that's monthly net pay, right?
Yes.
We are making progress. Annual net pay. Now, there's a reason why I wrote here that number of months is 12, number of weeks is 52, so that somebody will not tell me 1 year is 52 weeks and 3 days. Don't even worry about that. So if we have the monthly pay and we want to get the annual pay, what should we do? Have pay for 1 month. I want for 1 year. What should we do?
The monthly net pay multiplied by 12.
Fantastic. So that's simple, all right? Know that you can copy all of these things down. You don't need to do it multiple times. Once you do it for this first row, copy that. What of weekly net pay? I want us to practice everything we have learned today. How do we get weekly net pay?
Annual by 2.
Annual net pay divided by 52. So you should all get the same answer. Now, finally, how do we get percentage deduction to annual net pay? Percentage of deduction to annual net pay. I just want you to play with percentage. Now, let me explain something. You know you have total deduction, right?
Huh?
I don't even, this should not be annual net pay. No, sorry. To monthly pay.
Okay.
I don't want. Can you please correct that? Okay. If you do annual, it will not give us a reasonable figure. Percentage deduction to monthly pay. Let me explain. You know we have a total deduction for each person every month, Abby.
Yes.
To get the percentage deduction to monthly pay, you take the percentage deduction, divide it by monthly pay, format it as percentage. Okay, I'm going to do that now for somebody. Oh, no, I can't do that for somebody. Don't worry. Okay, total deduction. Let me see now. Total deduction. That monthly net pay equals to this minus this. I'm doing everything I told you guys to do. What's that? Sorry, no, not that. Equals to this gross pay minus total deduction. Wait, why am I getting a minus sign? What's my total deduction?
Total
Sum of
deduction
this and
is
this.
big. Total deduction is bigger than monthly gross pay.
No, sorry. My addition went beyond what it should add. Correct. This is correct now, Abby.
Yeah.
So my monthly net pay equals to my gross pay minus my total deduction, which is this, right? Now, so the last one, which is what I was showing you guys, to get my percentage of deduction to monthly pay, I say equals to, which is the first thing, this is my total deduction divided by monthly, I need to put net pay here. This, enter. I just format it as percentage. Please put monthly net pay, not gross pay, so that we get the same result. I've gotten 0.049, blah, blah, blah. I go up on my screen, I just format it as a percentage. It gives me 5%. Now, I'm doing a kind of summary. I don't want to see 5%. I want to see the, what they call it now, the decimal places. So I go to my increase indent, and I increase my indent. So what do I get as my result? 4.92%. We remember increase and decrease indent, right?
Yes.
So that's that. So you guys can do this. And like I said, by the time you send this to me, of course, everybody has my email address, ogbeboten@gmail.com. Make sure that the only sheet I'm getting is this sheet with basic calculations too. Delete every other worksheet. There's actually a second exercise. If you can attend the second exercise, I don't have the time to explain it. It's already after 10. If you can attempt the second exercise, please attempt the second exercise. But if you can't, at least this one that I have talked us through, please send it to me. Don't send me, if you send me a worksheet that has, a workbook that has all the other worksheets I don't want, I'll behave like the lecturers I had in the university. I will not mark the results. So what I mean is delete every other worksheet, save it as assignment 1, and then send to me. I'll look at it. I'm sure if you send it before Saturday, I'll be able to look at them before we do class. Our last class is next Wednesday, but beyond the last class, I just need to let everybody know I have an upcoming live class, which is intermediate to advanced. Of course, we've covered basic now. We are starting to enter intermediate conversations in Excel. We'll wrap up this section, this 4 weeks, 1 month section, next week, Wednesday. So we'll cover a lot of things. That's why I'm actually trying to finish this module today so that we can get all the way to printing. I will make sure we do printing, cover some things, do printing. Then beyond there is Excel ahead of us. We've not done sort and filter. We've not done test functions. We've not done transpose. We've not done all the way to pivot tables, pivot charts, VBA, macros, and a couple of other useful tools in Excel. Those are intermediate to advanced class. And for those who are outside Mina and Abuja, please send me a message. We can put an online class together for you guys. For those in Abuja and Mina, we can do a live class. But the good thing for that class is it's going to be paid sections. So if you've gotten value from these sections, so that we can get more value from those sections, but it's going to be paid sections. So if you have any questions, inquiries, conversations, or you want to fly me to your city, maybe somebody who is in Sokoto wants to fly me to Sokoto for their class, I'm all yours. So if you have questions, you can reach me on the group or reach me on my own direct message on my WhatsApp line or send me an email. All right, so I want to say thank you very much. Very interesting. It's like everybody who came to class, so the only one person left class before class ended. So thank you all very much for staying. Thank you for sharing your evening with me. I know some of you should have been watching TV or Facebook or Twitter. But thank you for sharing your evening with me. It's my pleasure having to do these conversations with us. So we'll do our last class next week. And after that, I'm still available. Live class in Abuja. I've dropped the information. Thank you for all your response to the polls. If you have not responded to the poll, please respond. Thank you for all your response to the poll. Every other conversation will happen in the group. So I'm going to stop sharing now so that I'll show my face for 1 minute. Yes, show my face for 1 minute. And then I will definitely stop recording for now so that we can end the class now. Yes.